And let's see if it's working. Let's see if it's working. And it is working. Sweet. What's up, everybody? It is Ted here. Happy to be with you on a Saturday night. It is 10:31 p.m. in the middle of nowhere, America. I swear I'm in the middle of a cornfield, but that's what's up, right? Being in a cornfield, that's like the new thing these days, right? Isn't it? I hope it is. If it's not, I'm not doing the right things, evidently. So anyways, I just wanted to go over some charts. I like doing technical analysis, and I like doing it live. So if you want to join me, you can join me, right? I guess that's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. I don't know. Anyways, what I wanted to bring your attention to, I don't think there's anybody in here just yet. No concurrent viewers, of course not, but that is okay. What I wanted to bring your attention to was Ethereum, right? So I called this earlier. I saw this breakdown, right? So you know, like I always say, look for your last your last big down up push, right, to be your support. Whenever you see the big drop, right, pull your fib all the way up, and what you want to do is you want to enter in on the 62, because more than likely it's going to try to reach the 71. I was surprised to see that this didn't reach the 71, but it has been going good so far. I am glad that I have entered this trade, because like I said, I called this on TradingView like right when it started, and you press play and it's nothing but good news. So again, another reason why you should follow me on TradingView. This is another good call I have made. I have shaved off some profits. So one thing about this, take profits whenever possible, because you never know if this thing could go down, right? But the thing about this is that thing about with Ethereum right now was that it earlier today, it broke market structure. What do I mean by breaking market structure, right? So it, we had seen it come up and hit this recent high, right? And then it fell, right? And then it came up and it didn't make a new high, right? So it didn't break market structure, right? So now you're thinking that it's going to go lower, right? Because we didn't break the new high, right? And then earlier today, whenever I got up and I was looking at Ethereum, because that's what I always look at. It's my baby. I saw it was making equal highs, like right around through here, right? Mine, and it was this high. Then it came over to this high, and it was just kind of I would say monkeying around. You could see it come up to the high, right? And you could see it, you saw it bounce off of it, right? And I was looking at it and I was saying it's getting people to chase it down, right? Because everybody was thinking, okay, just hit equal high, right? It's going down. But to me, I'm like, no, there's liquidity in that. Up here is liquidity. So what did it do? It did exactly what I thought it was gonna do, right? That was weird. Everything just flashed on me. It broke through, right? And then pulled back, right? And then I think if you watch my video from earlier today, this is exactly what I said it was going to do. It was going to break through and do a pullback, right? And then continue on upward, right? It did just that. Now, what I didn't expect is that to actually crush these highs, right? I expected it to kind of give a little bit of a struggle right through here where this guy is, right? I kind of expected it to struggle here a little bit before getting higher, but it just said nope, and it went boom, took off. It was just like whoo, and it took off. I don't know. It was crazy. But then, as I was sitting here watching it, and I was watching this drop, and as I was watching this drop, I was like, okay, I gotta know exactly where this is gonna go to. So I came out and I knew where the support was, because definitely you can see this coming down here, right? Boom. And then this is when it takes off and it doesn't come back, right? There's no looping back to it or anything like that. It just goes up, right? I mean, here there's kind of a loop back, but that it's already so far up from this part, it doesn't even matter. So here is your support, right? Pull all the way up to the top. Boom. Now you wait until it drops to get to the 618 or 62, right? Enter there, and then you know, I honestly, what I do is I usually put small lots here at the 62, and then I'll put like a really big lot at the 0.705, just because I want to see if it gets to the 0.705. And if it does, then I've actually got a better entrance with a lot bigger lot. I did have 2 entries on this, which was awesome. You know, one was about actually it was right around 1220, but the other one was around 1215. So I got 2 good entries on this. And then it came up. Even after it fell, it didn't matter. I wanted to throw in another one, but I was like, I already got 2 good positions. I'm not going to throw in a third. And then, you know, shaved off some profits. Came up, and now I'm just waiting for it to go up. Now, where would you shave off profits, right? So if you see this, right, and you did enter here, how would you know where to take off profits? That's a good question. So first profit level I would look at, right? I'm on the 15-minute, and what you would look for is kind of, I would look for this candle here, right? So you're going up, right? And then you see a big push down, and then you see another big push up. So this red candle, right? This is right at the bottom of this candle. That's probably where I would put take profit 1, right? And that's 1233. Right, so if you got in at 1215, even, I mean, if you got lucky and got in at, like, 1200, that's awesome. Lucky for you. Because then you got all the way up to about 1233. Take profits there. Just because this would kind of be almost like a bearish order block, or a bearish breaker, one of the two, right? Because you can see it struggled here, and that this is the reason why, because you had this that pushed down, right? It pushed down on the price before it pushed back up. So since it pushed down on the price, it had a little bit of a struggle getting above it, but once it did get above it, it used that same point to jump off of, right? So boom, jumped off of there. And then second, I mean, if you got a second take profit, I don't know if we're there yet or not. I mean, honestly, I haven't. I took profits here. I did have like a momentum lot that I shaved off that I shared on Twitter. That momentum lot was like, I think it was like 1220 to 1224, something like that. It was just something small. But just kind of show to prove that it was in the trade. I only took like a 0.01 off, right? And usually when I enter these trades, I enter with like a 0.1, and then I shave off after so much. So if you don't know what I'm talking about MetaTrader 4, right? So in MetaTrader 4, you can use the app to enter in a trade. With any kind of lot size that you want. The 1.0 lot size is a $10 lot. The 0.1 lot size is a $1 lot. And then you can do 0.01 lot size, which is a 10-cent lot, right? So that's how it goes. It goes in multiples of 10. So whenever you take a profit, you can actually, go to, close trade, and then close partial, and then you can choose 0.01. and then it'll only take off, you know, the 10-cent lot. But a 10-cent lot in MetaTrader 4 for Ethereum, it actually is a full dollar, right? So anytime Ethereum makes a dollar, you actually get a dollar from that. So if you put in, you know, instead of a 10-cent lot, you put in a $1 lot, right? Every time Ethereum makes a dollar, you make $10, right? So that's where the money is kind of made in these things, at least where I see it. Get the MetaTrader 4 app, find a broker that has crypto. You know, I can't really tell you which one to use. I would tell you to please research it yourself, because I am not a financial advisor. I'm not allowed to give, you know, that kind of advice. I'm just telling you the experiences of what I have seen as a trader, right? So now that we're here with Ethereum, again, I do believe that it is going to break this high. That's the ultimate goal here, is break this high. I would say if we are going to take profit number 2 would probably be, well, yeah, I would say maybe right here. Right, so you see this push down and it pushes back up before it comes right back down. I would say that would be take profit 2. So that take profit 2 would be 1263. You're going from 1233 to 1263. That's pretty decent sized chunk, right? It's almost like we're going in thirds, right? Because then your last profit would be 1294, right? And then even then, I wouldn't even close the whole trade. I would leave a trailer on. And even so, right now, you know, I don't know what kind of stop loss you may have on this, but what I would do is I would definitely drag the stop loss probably to right here, just because we've made enough money to where if it did fall below it, we'd still be in the positive. At least I would be anyway, and you can enjoy the trade. I would love to wait for it to get to the second level, right? Just jump up above here, or even get above this high. If it got above this high, I would love that, right? Then we can definitely close our trade to even, and we can just, it's worry free. You know, you don't have to worry about the trade after that at all. And then once it does get above, you know, the original call, which is above the current high, right, leave a trailer on 0.01 lot, 0.02 lot, something like that, and then just let it go and see what happens, and have your, you know, and follow it. I would honestly move your stop loss to follow it. That way you're not losing out on money. But you know, Ethereum right now looks like it's getting a little bit of a dive, but I don't think it's going to do too much. We'll check back on it later. There are some other things I did want to check on here, right? I wanted to check out Cardano. I think Cardano has been a big mover recently, and we should be checking it out. All right, look at Cardano is now at 37 cents. Almost 38. Looks like I got above 38. Pull back down, 37. Still. Looks like I kind of did what I called for, except for not exactly. Instead of, okay, so I called this last night, I guess. What I called was that it would probably come up to the, you know, this high, right? Bounce back a little bit and then go up and straight through it. It actually just went straight through it instead. It didn't even try to, I mean, it looks like it kind of bounced. Let me get it here in the 15-minute and dig in here and see if we can't take a look at this. So Cardano, yep, it did. Exactly, yeah. So it didn't pull back as far as I thought it was going to, but it did come up here, hit the equal highs, right? That's what it loves to do. So smart money does, right? Hits the equal highs, makes people think it's going to sell, right? Oh no, there's resistance here. It's going to sell. So everybody starts selling, 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 and then smart money goes, nope, takes it the other way. Takes everybody out that was selling, right? And now you're left with with less money than what you had before. So now it reaches above this, and it looks like now it's actually using this as a support. It's a surprise. Usually what it'll do is it'll kind of play with it. It'll actually usually cut, like, blow through it and then pull back and then go up and then kind of, you know, use it as a support if it does. That's exactly what Ethereum did. Ethereum wicked through it, you know, pulled back and then came back up again, and then went along. But Cardano just came up, hit it, faked out the sell, and then turned around and bought. Next question is, where is Cardano going after this? Let me get a bigger time frame, that way I can get a sense of what we're looking for. Okay, I think Cardano is at an all-time high, if I'm not mistaken, right? Why is this not moving? There we go. Yeah, we're definitely at all-time highs right now. So with that all-time highs, the question is, you know, where's it going to? Well, it usually likes big, fat, round numbers. So I would say, we're gonna get to 40 cents. I would say that would be probably target number one. Would be 40 cents. What is this thing here? I have no idea what this January 16th thing is that's staying on the chart and it won't get off. Anyways, I'm just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. It's kind of annoying. So I would probably draw a line here at 40 cents. I'm close enough. I'm just gonna hit Command H. Yeah, we're gonna go coordinates and then 40. All right. I think that's probably gonna be the next resistance. We'll probably see it come up here, do the same thing, maybe do a pullback and then bust right through it. We'll see how Cardano's doing. And if there's just some smart money moves being made, I do believe there is. Like I called that last night, because if we were to draw a fib, right? And again, you know, you always see these knife falls, right? The falling knives, as we like to call them, right? So and people want to try to sell, right, and then buy back up at a lower price. But most people that do that are new to the game. They don't know what they're doing, and they'll sell at the wrong time, and then the next thing you know, the price is going back up. So to prevent these kind of things, right, what you got to do is know your fibs, right? Know where to place your fibs and know where the price is going to go, right? Fib at the very last, you know, down, and then you have a displacement candle, as I like to call it, meaning it is the candle that shoots up. It's you know, you're going kind of along here, everything's going good, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have a candle that just shoots up. I'll zoom that in for you so you can kind of see, right? So Cardano is just kind of meandering along, and then boom, you have this huge thing. So let me go outline it here for you. There, that candle right there, that's your displacement candle. That's the candle you want to put the bottom of the fib on, right? And once you get to the top fib, or once you get to the top, that's where you want to put the top fib. And then, of course, whenever it falls, again, in between the 618 and the 70.5. Usually, almost always, it gets really, really close to the 70.5. The reason it didn't hit the 70.5 is because you have a bearish order block right here. So, or a bullish order block right here. What I mean by that is that if you look in, oh geez, come on now. You look in this little apparatus here, right? This is your last down candle that goes up, right? This is what I always look for, right? So again, this is displacement candle here. You go down before you go up. So that's what causes the displacement, right? Same here. You have a down candle before you go up. That's your displacement. So this is the power right here that's pushing it down. And it wants to get back to this level, right? So that's why it dropped all the way down here. But it also made a big enough run to where that area was in between the 62 and the 70.5. Guys, this is all algorithmic, right? This is, you know, I hate to tell you, this looks exactly like the finance world. Looks exactly like the Forex world. Looks exactly like all of them, right? So the rules are very, very similar. So if you think that, you know, the crypto game is completely separate from any other asset class, such as, you know, currencies or equities or even commodities or bonds, you're mistaken. I have looked at all of these, and cryptocurrency is, I mean, a lot of them play the same games, the same tactics. If they didn't, I wouldn't be able to understand it the way I do right now and be able to teach it to you like this, right? So again, you know, if you don't try to catch the falling knife, right? Don't try to sell and then buy back. Instead, just wait until it gets to one of these levels and then buy instead. Don't sell, right? Because it's going to come back up anyway. Just buy, right? Just buy at a certain area. Buy at one of these areas around the 0.62 area. If it's above the 0.62 area, okay, that's fine still. You know, at least you're around this area. But I usually try to do it as it's falling into the area. That way you know you're getting it instead of chasing after it, right? You don't want to chase after price. Especially if it's like going up. You don't want to chase after it. You want to wait till it's falling. Going the opposite way. That's when you want to buy, or you know, or if it's buying and you think it's going to sell soon, that's when you want to sell. But as for Cardano, I think it's just going to make a retracement, right? Let me see here. Let me see if we got anything going. Because right now, I'm not for sure if it's going to fall back down through here. It very well possibly could. Let me get rid of this fib here. Oh, I didn't do that. And yes, I know I'm magnet mode. I wish that thing would not tell me I'm on magnet mode. It gets me so annoyed. So what it could possibly do is fall and make equal lows, right, with this guy here. That wouldn't be surprising at all, to be honest. It did make a little bit of a correction, fell, made equal lows, and then jump back up. Considering, well, this is definitely balanced, so here is your unbalanced portion here, which is funny because once you get to the 618, the 62, right on top of the solid red candle, right? So if you look at that, right on top of that solid red candle, I mean, almost dead even. It has to be dead even. 319. No, it's a little bit off. Not too far off, but it's a little bit off. All right, so I would expect probably a little bit of a retracement. I think it would probably hit this because here's that red candle here, right? So this is your last down push before your up push, right? That's what you're looking for. And the reason you're looking for that, again, if you've ever seen any of my videos, I'll kind of explain it again, right? So you have smart money going short here, right? And why do they go short here? Is because they have deep pockets, right? So they go short here and they push it down. Let me get off this magnet mode really quick. So they push it down, right? And they push it down, and as soon as they push it down, they turn around and then buy really, really quickly, right? They buy it fast enough to where actually these guys could probably exit the trade, because generally what you like to see is instead of, you know, a couple of these candles and then boom, right? Usually that doesn't make sense. Usually the boom happens right here at this candle. And it goes up right there. So considering this did kind of float up, I'm not for sure if it is going to make this kind of retracement, because whoever pushed this candle down would have had time to get out of the trade, right? Take profit as they were going up by buying down here, right? So let me see here in the what I'm talking about, do a long, right? So they pushed it down, and while they pushed it down, they went long, right? So they knew exactly where to go long because they were the ones pushing it down in the first place. And so it looks like it's even going up again. So yeah, it may not get back down there, because it looks like whenever they push it down, they bought, and they bought enough to make it spike up, right? To give it this this big wick, right? So they did put a lot of pressure into that one, and then the rest just kind of followed. I think the rest was you know, a lot of individuals, you know, just buying and selling through here. And then once it got to the top of here, you know, they could easily let go of the trade and then just boom, buy and shoot it right through that equal high that they had, or this high that they had. So you have a break of market structure here. Very, very bullish. Like I said, we'll see if it does have a pullback. I'm not for sure if it will. I mean, I'm sure it will. I just don't know how big a one. It could even be as little as this, because now, see, this is the thing. It always turns out this way. Always turns out this way. So now, again, at the 618, or 6.2, what do you have? The body of this red candle, right? So you always have something, for some reason, at the 0.62 or near the 0.62 that would cause it to retrace, hit, and then move on. And that right now, it's this red candle. So interesting. So we'll see what's going to go on with Cardano. You know, it's got to have a pullback at least somewhere, but how far back is it going to go? That is a good question. But I think once it does pull back, it's going to head for the 40 cents. Maybe give a little bit pullback and then go up. Who knows? We'll see what smart money does to it, right? Right. All right. What I want to do is save this. That way when we come back to it, it has... I'm just going to move this and then go do... Well, I guess it didn't do that. right, there's those highs. And then save. All right, now I got it saved. Let's check out Link. Link is on the prowl. Anybody bought Link? Anybody in Link? You guys bullish on Link or what? Are you guys bearish on Link? What do you guys think about Link? Sorry, my allergies are killing me tonight. Actually, give me one moment. I'm actually gonna grab something to drink because my allergies are just driving me nuts. All right, all of a sudden, well, now let's see what is going on with Link. Was there institutional move on this drop? I do believe so. Let's get into the 1 hour of it, actually. It wasn't even really a drop, to be honest. It was kind of a smooth drop. I really don't think, I mean, there is some institutional stuff going on in Link. I do know that. But I'm not for sure if it's enough to really say anything about. I mean, right here's what scares me, to be honest, right? You got these three kind of equal low areas. Let me not use that. I'm going to use this trend line. This. Right. So you see this all the time, and we've seen it in other currencies as well. We saw it in Bitcoin. It kind of did this in Bitcoin too, whenever it fell, right? So you see these, big spikes down, right? And it looks like that this, it's kind of creating a support here is basically what it's doing. What it looks like it's doing, right? More than likely, what's going to happen is going to drop through that, right? Because people have buy limits set here, and they have sell stop set here. So this is like your liquidity pool. You have a liquidity pool right here. This is how you spot liquidity, right? So now, what would it do if it dropped down below that? Well, it would probably, I would like to say it would hit this bearish candle, right? Because it would drop just below it, right? Just enough to trigger those sell stops. And those sell stops probably are aiming for like way down here for these lows, right? That's generally what sell stops do. People that do sell stops anyway, they'll aim for the most recent low, or they'll aim for this low, right? Something like that. So instead, what it would do is it would probably drop below here, right? Hit this bearish candle, right? So I'll draw a little line across, probably hit this bearish candle, and then why is this thing here? I don't get it. $10 I don't know. I don't know what this thing is doing. Anyway, I think it probably would drop, hit that bearish candle, and then move on, because then it would be taking out anybody that has, the their buy limits, you know, their short stop losses, because they think this is the support. And it would also take out the sell stops, because the sell stops are probably aiming for these lows, right? And so instead it bounces off here and then pulls back and then takes them out, because they have their short stop losses as well. So at the same time, it's going to take out two different groups, right? So if you're not understanding what I mean by this, let me do a long position and a short position. So there will be people that will be going long, right around this area, right? And then they'll probably have that, they'll maybe even a little bit lower, you know, just to try to stay in the game, you know, in case it does like push through a little bit. But generally retail people think that, hey, you know, this is a support zone, it's not going to get any lower than this, you know. Plus they see this, you know, this wick over here, they think that it definitely, you know, came back up on top of here, and now this is the support zone, right? So you got the people that think that, and then you also have the people that think this. Short position, right? The short position starts here, right? So short position, it starts as soon as it breaks this low, right? Because then they think it's either going to shortly come back, you know, they shortly come back and then hit this, and then think this is now resistance, and then move on down, or they think it's going to blast down past this low, right? And then they're going to have their take profits set below this low, right? So what smart money will usually do, do a path. You know, I can see Cardano honestly kind of just meandering around, and then all of a sudden taking a dive like the rest of them did. Boom, and then turning around, coming back up, or taking a dive, coming back up. You know, maybe playing with this a little bit, and then taking off. But that's what I kind of see happening. I do actually want to get rid of these first before I do anything. I do want to draw a fib and see if that is going to be like either a 618 or a 70.5. Looks like we have this all balanced here, and it looks like this could be the last one before takeoff, or maybe yeah, no, not this one. I think it'll probably be this run right here. This run right here is I don't know, maybe this run. Got two different interesting runs here. This one, but then this one kind of, it pulls back, but it doesn't really balance out. I don't know. All right, let's just pull fibs and let's see what's going to go on. All right, now I'm putting it on magnet mode, which is going to annoy me, but I have to do it. Dang it. I fat finger. Sorry, guys. Right, if it did that, it would be right at the 80. Because this right here is right at the 70.5 or 70.5. And it would probably want to get lower than that. Or what it could do is actually come down, hit the 70.5, make equal lows with these guys, right? Come back up, and then come back down and do it again, and then drop below them. Because then if it actually pulled down here and made equal lows with these and then pull back up, that would just give it another good reason for people to think that there's support here, and it would probably draw a lot of liquidity to that area. People having buy stops set there, or buy limits set there, everything, and their sell stops, and then it would do something like that. It could. Let me see what happens when I pull it down here. Now we're looking at the 618. That's actually a little bit more doable. As you can see, each time I did that, it actually ended up landing near the fib. Right? First time it was 79, second time it was 618. So it's not like these things are random. I mean, it just can't be random, right? There's definitely some kind of algorithmic something going on in here, right? This is not just like run-of-the-mill, you know, buying and selling, you know, it's not like that. There's definitely some kind of pattern happening here, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen these kinds of things so much in the Forex world that when I look at it in crypto, I'm going, wow. I've seen that, you know, in the S&P 500. I've seen that in, you know, Euro USD. I've seen that in, you know, the GBP, you know, versus the Japanese yen. I've, you know, seen it all. And then crypto's just now a product of the same almost. So this is something I would be honestly looking out for with Link. You know, everybody says, especially now that it's made a record high. Whenever things make record highs, they usually always have a crash really quick afterwards, right? And it's not because it's a bunch of people selling and getting out, right? It's honestly the algorithm, right? It's just repricing. That's all it's doing. It's kind of readjusting for, you know, probably more people to get into the market or whatever it could be, but generally this happens almost every time. I mean, we saw it happen with Bitcoin. We saw it just now happen with Ethereum. Ethereum didn't really make the high, but it made, you know, clearly a close to a new high. Who else would we see it with? I think we saw it with the Cardano too, didn't we? We saw something like that with Cardano. So now we're looking at Chainlink doing something like this. That's what I would expect. A lot of people always say, oh, I would expect a 15 to 28% retracement. Bull. Right? If you, I mean, 15 to 28% compared to what? It is the actual question, right? 15 to 20% compared to what? Right? Compared to the last, you know, unbalanced area or the last Fibonacci. If you're talking about the entire, you know, entirety of, you know, Link, then yeah, 15 to 20% may only be that much, right? But if we're talking actual, you know, where it's currently at in the current wave, it's not going to drop 15 to 20%. It's already dropped lower than that currently. 15 to 20% is nothing, right? So whenever people say 15 to 20%, I have no idea what they're talking about, because you don't want it to drop 15 to 20%. You want it to drop 62 to 70%, at least 62%. That's what compared to the wave that it's on right now, right? That's what you want it to do, right? So, all right, that being said, I don't know what else to look for in Cardano, to be honest. Looking like moving like a snail here. But I think we probably could see a drop soon. If not, who knows? You know? Let's see here. Oh, come on. Why isn't it working? All right, let's check out. I've been using this broker, Bitfinex, or this exchange, just so I can stay consistent with all of them, right? So, Dot has been a monster lately. And now I am just waiting for the fall. Had a good little come up here, then I had a little good bounce, right? Doom, doom, doom. Where did this thing come from? I have no idea where this thing come from. And it needs to get out of here. January 16th, 2021 at 10 o'clock. I do something last night to like add something in there. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, it's kind of annoying, but I'll get used to it. Now, again, the question is, so looks like dot has reached its all-time high, if I'm not mistaken. We go all the way back. I have no idea how long dot has been trading. Right. So not too long. Not too long at all. Looks like since September this year. Is that correct? September last year, I guess I should say. I always forget it's 2021. It's the weirdest thing, right? So, boom, took off as soon as it started. Right, so it looks like we have a lovely little oops. I always hit the wrong stupid button every single time I hit the wrong button. When am I gonna do that? But looks like we have a lovely little thing right here. Right. I want to do something really quickly. Alright, there we go. Sorry guys, had to transition myself over just a little bit. I felt like I was taking up too much room on the chart space, so wanted to move myself over just a little bit. I didn't like doing it in the chair, so I did it with the graphics. So sorry about that. So if we're looking at this with dot, as you can see, whenever it made its, you know, the high right out of the gate, right? Looks like that as soon as it blasted past that high, that came down, became support, right? And now it's looking like a unicorn, right? Going up, or what's one of those things called? An antelope. Like an antelope running, right? Its horns popping up. I'm kidding. All right. Anyways, looks like we got to pretty good high. I wonder what the high was. I was 1945, so I got close to 20. So that's what I would expect it to be. Would be 20. Where are we at now? We're at 16. Okay, not too bad. All right. So what are we looking for here? We're probably gonna look for, you know, it to fall a little bit, right? Probably come back up, and then do a drop, just like all the rest of them have done, right? So this looks like polka dots just a little bit late to the party on these, right? So that being said, I can't say it because I'm not a financial advisor, but I know what I would do if I had DOT right now. Switch it to another coin that's gonna rise, and then wait for DOT to fall, and then time it perfectly, and then switch DOT over. That's what I would do. That's just me. Now, as you can see, if we draw it from here, right? Because you can see this is, you know, this looks pretty balanced in here. Even though this did start moving up, it didn't like actually take off. It was right here. This is the takeoff point, right? So this is where you really want to move your fib, right? So now if we move the fib, what's right at the 70.5? This is the 4-hour too, by the way. You have a little red candle, right? So as it's going up, right above the 70.5, it stops and drops really quick and then pushes up. So there's going to be some resistance right in here when it drops, right? So again, like I said, what I expected to do is probably fall down to here, wherever, you know, you're going to get to the tops of these red candles, right? Slowly, right? And then kind of come up, make an M, right? And then it's going to fall, right? And where that fall is going to happen, what you do is you draw I'll see if I can find one. You draw the fib upside down and you wait it to retrace about 80%, and then it's going to fall from there, 75 or 70.5 to 80%. Then it's going to fall from there. And then you can flip it upside down again. Oops, didn't mind. No, not sell DOT. Come on, guys, what's going on here? And then understand that DOT is probably going to hit right around in here. All right, that's where I would expect DOT to hit. It probably drop to about 11.4, 11.5 before it starts going bullish again. So just trying to help you all out. Everybody that's in the crypto game that doesn't really understand a whole lot about smart money and doesn't understand how they play their game and how they can control the prices and how the price action works and what to look for, right? So you can find, like this right here, the little hidden gem. Not even hidden a gem, it's just in the 4-hour time frame. Thing is that if we were to put this in something like 1 hour, we probably still wouldn't be able to find it. And we'd find something like it, but I don't know if we'd look at it and go, oh, well there it is. Yeah, see. But I guess it went down, but even though these two kind of went up, they still kind of went sideways at the same exact time. This went down, so there's your 4-hour candle that went down. So could see it bouncing off of that, or no, I really don't see it getting any lower than that. I don't think it would actually come down and hit these guys. Got 2 red candles over here that it could also hit as well. But I don't see that happening. I think we're going to be on top of it right here. Or at least right here. So probably, like I said, 11.4, 11.5, somewhere around in there. But it's Saturday night, so it's a slow night for crypto. Not much going on, not much good action. It looks just like everything is turning down right now. Right, everything has just made its highs, and now everything is starting to fall. Right, so, and when they fall, especially on a Saturday night, not much happening, not much moving, not much trading. So who knows? It could take a minute. I don't know. What else should I look at? Let's check out. Let's do Bitcoin Cash. This thing has been really, really crazy. Went up a mountain and came down, and then we're starting to float away. The thing about Bitcoin Cash, the other thing is that this big up move looks like an institutional move, but the rest of this doesn't. This just looks like I don't know, normal mumbo jumbo, I guess you could say. There's really not much I can predict off of this guy, that's for sure. Okay, let's see here. All right, don't worry about that. Let's get off of that one then. Or else I'm just gonna stare at it and it not do anything. Let's head to Litecoin. Right, looks like I've had some lines on here before. All the way down there. Definitely institutional move here. All right, I'm gonna get rid of some of these things because it looks like they don't need to be here. Looks like this is from a while ago. You know what, let's just get rid of all of it. How about that? That just make things a lot easier. All right, so looking at Litecoin here, it looks like I was to draw a fib on here. And it looks like this is the takeoff point right here. Even though this goes kind of sideways, I think this right here is probably the takeoff point that I want to look at. Go to the top. All right, comes down. Yeah, it looks like it gets a little bit into it. Who knows? Maybe this is the takeoff point. That is the takeoff point. Now that makes more sense because look at that. Dude. And that just goes straight up. I mean, this one does too, but this is actually more sideways, right? All more sideways this way right here. A lot of sideways action until it gets to this point, and then boom, upward. And then really not so much sideways, it's just a little bit of a pullback and then boom, upward. And then a little bit of a pullback and then boom. So this is all just sideways trading, right? All through here. You can definitely see that now. Not too much going on. And then boom, takes off. So what does it do? As far as the drop is concerned, boom. Right near that 70.5. Every single time. Every single time. Now, what is Litecoin gonna do now? I don't know. It's a good question. Where was that at? That was at about 111. I'm not 100% sure. What it looks like it did do is that, look, you have this big spike down, so that would be considered your bearish breaker. If I can get a good grasp on it. Maybe not. Doesn't want me to. I don't know why. There we go. So comes in here, hits the bearish breaker, pulls back down, and then comes right back up into it. see if there's some good action in this price action. Any equal highs? Looks like there's a little bit right here. Yeah, there's some equal highs there. So it goes from all the way over here to all of that. All of that kind of represents equal highs. Even though there is a little bit of a push up. A push up through here. Looks like it wanted to do that on purpose for some reason. But other than that, this looks like it'd be a liquidity draw. I can see Litecoin going higher just to get that liquidity draw, right? And then I think when it came up here to hit it in the first place, right? Close the gap. Now that it's come up here and hit it a couple more times, I would say that this is probably done for, been used up. And now we are looking at basically liquidity draws for Litecoin on here and here. So at least that's what I'm gonna hope it's gonna do, right? Otherwise, it's looking kind of bearish, to be honest. But I want Litecoin to be a winner. Yeah, I don't know. Not for sure what it would fall to. It would probably definitely try to get underneath here, right, where this big wick is. Reason being, you know, people think this is support. Maybe even this is support. It would just wick right through those. Take them both, you know, all the traders out who are trying both of those, and then continue running as it should. I'm not for sure where that would go, but we would see. You know what? Let's go ahead and, for the fun of it, let's check out Doji. Doji had the big run, right? Now it's kind of slid off. Got all the way down to 6 cents recently. Or not even